So high up, we never came down. Never had a chance to take it slow. You hit me like a tornado, and I never knew the real you. I know that it's been a long and winding road, and I've been jumping over mountains for you, my dear, my dear. I don't wanna hurt you.
Hello everyone! Oh, sorry, there is something
here. Hello everyone, good afternoon. How are you doing? Fine? Alright, very good. I'm so glad all of you are over here. I can't see very well because these lights are so shiny, but it doesn't matter, everything is going to be alright. Muy buenas tardes a todos, ¿cómo están? Ahora sí ya me contestaron, es que pensé que no había nadie por allá, pero ya hay alguna gente de ese lado. Padres de familia, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, bienvenidos a todos ustedes a este concurso de oratoria, This Public Speech Contest, el cual está siendo llevado por tres grandes planteles. Primero que nada, nuestro plantel nuestro plantel de secundaria de aquí de Montes, al cual les pido un fuerte aplauso, por favor. Also, también daremos la bienvenida al grupo en el cual se lleva mi corazón, el grupo de bachillerato, al cual les pido un fuerte aplauso a los chicos de bachillerato, high school students as well. Y por último, pero menos importante, un plantel que se está uniendo a la familia IBIME, al cual también le solicitamos un fuerte aplauso, nuestro plantel de secundaria en IBIME Coacalco. Por favor, un fuerte aplauso. Thank you very much. All right, at the very beginning, they were just checking different speeches, saying what things they were going to be able to say. ¿Ok? Y en este momento es cuando nosotros, después de esta pandemia, empezamos a reactivar nuestras actividades académicas, como lo es este concurso de oratoria. Primero que nada, first of all, vamos a dar la bienvenida a nuestro jurado que estará participando el día de hoy. Le pido un fuerte aplauso que se pueda presentar con nosotros al amigo y coordinador del plantel Montes, el profesor Isaac Jiménez, a quien le damos un fuerte aplauso. Welcome, teacher. Welcome, go ahead. Posteriormente, un compañero que también estará fungiendo como parte del jurado esta tarde, al cual les pido y les solicito un fuerte aplauso, nuestro compañero y coordinador del plantel de Lagos, el profesor Carlos Ponce. Welcome, teacher. Welcome everyone. Right? And finally, y finalmente, una compañera maestra, colega, y que el día de hoy nos está acompañando, finalmente es alguien externo a IBIME, pero que nos brinda el honor desde una editorial Richmond. Le damos la bienvenida, por favor, a Laura Jiménez, a quien le solicitamos un fuerte aplauso. Laura, welcome, Laura. Go ahead, brother. All right. Muy bien. Los chicos fueron convocados, all our students were called, receive a call in this case, para poder desarrollar diferentes textos en los cuales ellos pudieran expresar parte de lo que ellos tienen el dominio de la oratoria. Algunos de estos temas fueron social media, my biggest concern in the future, is technology changing the way we communicate, environmental problems and alternative energies, bullying, new family models, video games, feeding habits, and finally, Z generation. Estos son los temas en los cuales nuestros chicos estarán compitiendo el día de hoy. Esto quiere decir que al término de la oratoria, nuestro equipo, igualmente de coordinación de inglés, nos apoyará a sacar su Nepowalsinsin, something important here at the BIME as well, para poder hacer la suma y poder determinar cuáles son nuestros 3 indiscutibles ganadores de la oratoria 2022 entre secundaria Coacalco, secundaria Montes y por supuesto bachillerato y BIME. ¿Ok? Entonces, vamos a dar inicio a este concurso de oratoria. En un inicio podrán ver el orden de los chicos que estarán participando. Si traen porra y you have ladies over there, les solicitamos un fuerte grito, un fuerte aplauso porque ellos lo estarán dando todo en este escenario. Es importante mencionar, una vez que los chicos estén ocupando su micrófono, inmediatamente debajo de las escaleras podrán recibir uno nuevo, el cual estará sanitizado. ¿Por qué? Because this is a speaking contest. It is important to check every single step with all methods after the pandemic. Entonces, Arturo, ingeniero Arturo, ¿estamos listos por allá? Si gustamos iniciar con nuestro primer video y le damos la bienvenida a nuestro primer participante. Un aplauso para todos ellos, por favor.
Hi everybody and welcome. My name is Roberto Martinez Medina and I'm ready. Creo que sí, listo. Ready. Sí. Thanks. Hi everyone, my name is Luis Roberto Martinez Medina from First December and today we are going to talk about video games. What do we know about video games? Video games also people can tell that they are bad, but they aren't. Video games are good, they can help or support others. Like in police, they use them to help young boys or young police officer to know how to do on a situation or how to help people on this situation. And also I choose this topic because I was addicted to video games. I also don't have my times, my limits. So as I was telling you, video games are not bad. They have points for and points again. Points for are that they are educational and also they can help in some situations. And points against are that they are addictive, as I was telling you, because we don't have times. We also prefer playing video games all the time, and we don't do other things like our wash dishes or tidy the bed. That things, and that's why video games and people tell that they are bad and an addiction. Also, video games was conceived in 1958 by a psychological named Willie Neighborham from the laboratory's annual Brookhaven in London, Iceland. Video games also have her rules and have her amount of players like Among Us, and also they have her topic, they have her characteristics, and they have things that make the video game special. And also I talk this because I feel like a worm in my stomach when I didn't do my things because I play a lot of time video games. I also don't have this talk with my parents, and I have it with a cell phone, with a computer. So I hope you enjoy this topic, and also remember that video games are not bad. Also we need to have our times and our limits. So I see you in the next time. Have an excellent day. And my name is Luis Roberto Martinez Medina, and I see you the next time. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much, Luis Roberto. Let's continue with our next participant.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm ready. Hi. I'm going to talk about my biggest concern in the future. As a teenager, it may sound weird that my biggest concern in the future is not mainly about my personal life. The most common would be to hear that what keeps me awake at night is thinking if I'll have a good job in the future, if I'll live in a good place. Unfortunately, this is not what worries me. What makes me really nervous when thinking about the future is much bigger, much more serious. It's not only if I'll live in a good place, it's if I'll have a place where to live. We live in a world where people have to adapt to changes. A world in which people practically survive. We're the most conscious generation, but we're the ones who have to pay for the acts of our ancestors, all the consequences they left. These problems are countless. Thinking of one makes us notice many more. For example, global warming, war, economic issues, air pollution. If I continue, it would be endless. We are teenagers, young people who have more worries than they should. People to whom the phrase, me against the world was not applied, but me for the world does. Because that's what we have to do. Fight for a future, fight for a tomorrow. And that's what we're doing, isn't it? We are the generation of the future. We have to save this world. We have to fight for it. We are the ones who really care about the context of the world. I know my worries and your worries are not the same. Nevertheless, they have some similarity. At the end, we were raised in a broken world, but we can always fix it. So, if you ask me, my biggest concern in the future is having the opportunity and the information to change the world. Having the opportunity and not taking advantage of it. Doing absolutely nothing. I invite you to do it with me. Together we can change the world. Thank you.
All right, excellent. Muy bien, Emily. Súper, muy bien. Vamos a darle un fuerte aplauso a Emily si son tan amables. Thank you very much for your participation, my friend. Let's continue now. Vamos a continuar con nuestro siguiente participante del área de secundaria. Go ahead, Arthur.
Hey, welcome everyone. I'm Mira López Núñez and I'm ready.
Dear principals, teachers, parents, and classmates, today I want to introduce a very interesting and important topic that we are suffering today and that we must all be aware of. Bullying within academic institutions, schools, or colleges. First of all, remember this. Making others feel inferior isn't something great. It's the lowest thing that can be done. To better understand this topic, we need to begin asking ourselves, what is bullying? Bullying is a behavior of persecution or harassment that a student has towards another. This can be physical or verbal, as it can also be hidden in comments or jokes that severely harm the victim. Bullying affects 1 in 3 young people, and more than 30% of students in the world have been victims of this. It's sad to see that many students have recounted the experiences they have had, because this has left a bad mark on their lives, and this shouldn't happen anymore. How many times have a lot of people thought that the person who is being bullied is the one who is wrong, when this is not the case? The one who has a severe problem physiologically is the person who is doing it. Many victims, unfortunately, present negative feelings and thoughts. They have suicidal attempts and ideas. They can hurt themselves, and this is sad. The origin of a bully's violence can be caused by family or social problems, which can cause them to develop an aggressive attitude towards others, taking out their anger or frustration. We have 4 types of bullying, which are verbal, that consists on insulting, calling nicknames, making jokes; social, when the bully decides to isolate her victim, spreads rumors, convinces other children not to talk to them, so that he or she feels isolated; physical, when the bully does physical harm to the victim. And with the increase of students who are in social network, we have cyberbullying, when they send unpleasant text messages or emails. To avoid bullying as students, it is important not to judge others by their appearance or social status, not to use violence. Bullies need psychological help or someone to talk to about their problems, because humiliating other people won't change the problems that they may have. Take into account this. If you witness a case of bullying, it is important to notify the school authorities. And if you're a victim of this, talk to your parents and teachers. Finally, remember the wisest rule of all. Don't do others what you don't want them to do to you. Thanks a lot.
Wow, that was very good. Come here, my friend, come here. Do not go yet. Vamos a darle otro fuerte aplauso, la verdad creo que se lo merece. Y pues simplemente mencionar a los chicos participantes de bachillerato que tenemos competencia aquí enfrente, ¿verdad? Muchísimas gracias. Pasamos de este lado, déjame tapar el micro. Bueno. Super. Okay, Arthur, let's continue, please.
Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Azul Fernanda Cruz Medina, and I am ready.
Hello, how are you? My name is Azul. I am from First Street. And I have a question for you. Do you use social media? Do you like it? And how do you use it? Well, I love the social media. Obviously, with responsibility and permission of our parents. The social media have 2 sides, the good side and the bad one. The good side is that you can do friends if you don't have too much in a presential mode. You can search information about the school or to search things when you are interested of. We already finished the good side, but now we are going to enter to the bad side of the social media. A lot of parents are too worried because of the content that their kids see, because this can cause kidnapping. The deep web. The deep web is a site where you can see horrible things, creation of bombs, data of government, and horrible things like dead people. And now I'm going to do a tutorial how to enter. Remember, don't do this at home. The first thing that you have to do is to download a searcher. Name it Tor. Tor will send you a link that ends in .onion. Okay, .onion is very weird because normally they end in .com. But okay, Tor is so fascinating because we'll have the 93% of the internet in the social media. Because about our future. They often ask things like, what do you want to study? Have you decided the type of family you want to have? What do you plan to do after graduating? And what do? We usually stay quiet. I'm sure that many of you have a clear understanding of how you want to live and answer with confidence. But there are some others, as me, who cannot guess what our future holds for us. When I ask my friends about their future, the most frequent answer is, I don't know. And I should ask why after that kind of answer. Guess what they always answer me? I'm not sure about what I'm passionate for. We all know that this generation tends to worry about anything happening around us. Why? Because adults are always saying that we have to get a good job, which we like and enjoy, so we won't be suffering for it. That we have to create a beautiful family and make enough money for everyone. I mean, what they don't know is that we're trying to reach our dreams, our goals. We focus on going for what we want. Maybe I'm not good at school, so I cannot go to college. I might not be able to find my dream job. And what happens if I don't want to have a family? What I'm trying to share with you today is that every worry about the future is okay. Please, don't let the world tell you what you should do or the plans you should have. Of course, having an idea of how you would like your future to be like is great. But if you still don't know it, don't be afraid of it. It is pretty normal. Finally, I want you to remember a phrase that I read around 3 weeks ago. And it says, the future depends on what we do in the present. There's no need to worry. Take your time so you can make a good choice to be perfect in your own way. Then, everything will be fine. Thank you.
Alright, Jacqueline, super. Congratulations, my friend. Very good. Are you nervous? Good, well, don't worry. Thank you very much. Ok, Arturo, continuamos, por favor.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Yana Mary Raizua Rama, and I am ready.
Okay. Well, greetings everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm really grateful for that. Ladies and gentlemen, students, professors, and honorable IBME institution to which I have the honor of belonging. My name is Yana Reyes, and today I am going to discuss with you a topic that is becoming a trend in many places: entrepreneurship for teenagers. First of all, if you ask someone, what would you wish for if you had 3 wishes? Maybe one of them includes money. Okay, let's talk about entrepreneurship for teenagers. There are many ways to earn money, right? And I mean, who wouldn't want to be rich and have 3 residences in California? At least I have that dream, to become rich, recognized, great, and most important, that all my success should come from my hard work and dedication. Apart from my personal aspirations and what I, an almost 13-year-old girl, believes, starting a business when you're still young helps a lot. Regardless of generating money, it brings many benefits for the person, and perhaps more so for teenagers, since they are under development, and this would be beneficial. In my opinion, this would generate feelings of responsibility and leadership, and according to the site adelanteconcarlos.com, it generates income stability, less fear of losing a job, a feeling of freedom, flexible hours, and unlimited earning potential. Here in Mexico, young people are an important part of the engine that moves the economy. That's why the Mexico's government has implemented actions to help young entrepreneurs with supportive programs and educational environment that encourages this vocation. It is also true that young people are good sources of perseverance and creativity to take the option of undertaking. And this is, well, a benefit for all of us. We have creativity, curiosity, motivation, energy, and enthusiasm to create something ourselves. Well, it is true that parents at an advanced age and with job stability may not be wishing to start a new project, but it is also true that young people, as I said before, are good sources of new ideas. And this is really, we can say, a benefit for the entrepreneurship world. Well, young people need a helping hand in the family so they can exploit all that physical and mental energy to start their entrepreneurship career. So, I think it's a fact that not only young people can become entrepreneurs, every one of you all can become a part of the entrepreneurship community. So, what are you waiting for? Are you ready to start a new stage in your life that carries great responsibilities but much greater successes? If so, when you finish hearing these words, think about yourself, analyze yourself, and think about your tastes, your objectives, your goals. And at the end, you will say that it was not as difficult as it sounded. My name is Diana. As I said before, I'm really grateful that all of you judges, are here hearing these words. Thank you very much for your attention. Heartfelt wish that you never give up and you reach your goals, because you cannot cross the sea just by looking at the water. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
All right, Diana. Thank you very much. I don't know you, but I think Isaac was totally surprised because of your speech. So congratulations, my friend. All right. Un aplauso para Diana, por favor. Claro que sí. Arturo, continuamos si eres tan amable.
Hi, I'm Marlene and I'm ready.
Hi everyone, I'm Marlene and I'm going to talk about bullying. An 8-year-old boy was hospitalized after crashing a glass window while and sorry.
¿Ya nos paramos? Ah, muy bien. I'm sorry, Ryder. Parece que tuvimos un pequeño problemita con Marlene. Por favor, les pido de todo corazón un fuerte aplauso para ella. Comentarte que no pasa absolutamente nada, que todo va a estar bien, que tal vez ahorita fueron un poquito de los nervios, pero en realidad tú eres una ganadora, tú siempre lo haces muy bien, y en este momento, de verdad, de todo corazón, de verdad, muchas felicidades por haberlo intentado y hacerlo de la manera tan bonita que lo hiciste previamente. De verdad, Marlene, muchas felicidades. Vale, ven. Vale, no llores, todo va a estar bien. Vamos a despedir a Marlene en este caso con un fuerte aplauso. Marlene, todo está bien. No te preocupes, no te preocupes.
Maybe in the middle.
Right there? Oh, yes. Oh, Jesus Christ, my friend. Carlos, were you working at systems before? Estabas trabajando en sistemas antes. Muy bien. Arturo, continuamos, por favor.
Nice to meet you. I am Ramiro Sanchez, and I am ready. Hello. Okay. Dear family, community, and schoolmates, I am Ramiro Sanchez, and you must know that pollution and environmental state in which our planet fights itself in these times is critical. This cannot be ignored, and we have to take actions on it now, because if we don't do anything, in the near future there will be no time to reverse it. I consider it essential to apply lifestyles, technologies, and ways in which we can stop and reverse environmental damage. This, in case of not being done, will address a greater problem and menace all of human beings. Today we have been living in a pandemic for more than 2 years. This in some way has also been the result of the ecological imbalance in which we live in. This has disrupted our lives, our routines, our very stay on the planet. The most polluting thing on the planet nowadays is carbon dioxide gas, CO2. Still, it's not the only one. Other gases pollute too. The most serious today are those which come from oil, and as we know, these pollute and alter all ecosystems, be it the air, the earth, and even the water. Also, the deforestation of forests, jungles, mangroves, and the deterioration of ecosystems causes the planet and its species to be damaged, affecting the balance and the life of everyone on the planet. The mission is everyone's task. It is not enough just to know about it. We must also be empathic. I consider a solution to this problem is planting trees and foliage, because as they carry out photosynthesis by absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen, they could help us to counter and balance environmental pollution and global warming. This action must be inclusive of cities, in our buildings, in our shopping centers, in public spaces, everywhere. I must say that there are other countries that are already doing it, and even here, in our country, there have been taking similar actions, but these are still isolated, and it is essential that all of them are done together, working as a team and globally. Now, schoolmates, I propose that each of us and our family members, from this moment on, take a plant and commit ourselves to its care, including those spaces that have a plant or a grass, be it inside our house or in the streets. Protect it. This way, we could have many plants doing their process for the benefit of the planet. I know much more can be done, but some actions require the participation of the government, as well as of the great economic capitals that exist in the world. So let's take care of what we can do today, right now. Us. It is time to act for immediate and future generations. For your life, for my life, for the life and health of everyone. Let's act now.
Alright, Uriel, very good. Un aplauso para Uriel, por favor. Es sorprendente que a pesar de que ya no estamos en el plantel de Lagos, donde conocimos a Uriel, el poderlo tener ahorita aquí participando en secundaria, alguien que fue nuestro alumno, pues de verdad nos sentimos muy orgullosos. Uriel, congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Super.
Thanks.
Un aplauso.
Thank you so much.
Sí. Continuamos, por favor.
Hi, my name is Angel and I'm ready.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. I'm Angel and I'm here to talk about an important topic, generations. Baby boomers, X generation, millennials, and obviously this generation are the most important generation right now. But let's just focus on the last one, this generation. For the ones here belonging to that generation, have you ever been called the crystal generation? Maybe yes, maybe no. Oh, these teenagers nowadays, they can't deal with any problems. under the minimum amount of stress, they crack under pressure. Have you ever heard something like that? Because I have, and it's not a joke. Even some people of our own generation are constantly calling us like that. And that's my purpose of being here. To take that idea, smash it, and throw it directly to the bin. We can take as example the LGBTQ plus movement. People are constantly criticizing what they call forced inclusion in books, series, movie, advertisement, and many other entertainment and social media. They are wrong. For decades or even centuries, people belonging to this movement have been punished and invisible just for the fact of being who they are. So we need to have this kind of representation in media. And it's not forced, it's just normal. Also, society is constantly discrediting the movement against fat phobia. They excuse with phrases like, oh, it's just a matter of health, or a fat body isn't pretty. Needless to say that they are pretty incorrect. First of all bodies are pretty and fine just as they are. Secondly, some fat bodies are even healthier than those who are not. We are not the crystal generation, and we won't doubt on fixing the shattered and destructive world you have delivered us. With wars, pollution, economic crisis, social stigma, and many other horrible things. And that's the main reason of why we are not weak. We are strong and determined to solve all the situations that you couldn't. We are not the crystal generation, or maybe we are, but we are of crystal because we are shiny and radiant, and we won't doubt on fixing any problem. We are not the crystal generation. We are the revolution. Thanks for your attention.
All right, Ángel, congratulations, muy bien, te ayudo de este lado. Muchas felicidades por tu speech. Espérame, este es tuyo. Vámonos con esto, ¿verdad? Muchísimas gracias. Vamos a despedir a Ángel con un aplauso, por favor. Continuamos ahí en cabina, Arturo, si eres tan amable.
Welcome everyone. My name is Marcos Antonio Sandoval Rodriguez, and I'm ready for this.
Hi everyone, my name is Marcos Sandoval. Let me start by sharing a story that happened a few months ago. I asked my grandmother how many family models there were when she was my age. She's an 83-year-old woman. She lived through a time when family models were too traditional, but now that has changed. Currently, there are different types of models, but today I have taken the opportunity to talk to you about this impressive and curious topic. So raise your hand if you had an emotional mother. Let me see. If you put them all together, you get my mother. When I was practicing at school, I was hearing in my brain just to pass the contest. But well, we know that the perfect family are just the ideals that society tries to achieve. Is a reflection of the subjective and negative search of a perfect family. But I ask you, what is a perfect family? Currently, there are 11 different types of models that can vary according to the country. Here in Mexico are just three which are the most important and the most common, with 71% dominating the nuclear families, which are mom, dad, and children. The 28% are the extended families, which are mom, dad, uncles, etc. But the 1% are the compound families, which are made of people who are not genetically related. But I ask you, if these things are the new family models, what's next? Although Mexico City becomes the first entity in Mexico to become and allow adoptions, it's incredible. We are talking about some years ago and what age we are. So the family model from which we come make us perfect. It's the perfect and special type of model. In short, it makes us unique. It makes us special. Make us remember where we come from. It makes the perfect type of family. You and me are just a reflection of the new family models, the changes that are growing. But I want you to take this home and really think about it. And take the time you need, whatever you need, and everything you need. But really think it and answer the question, who is my family? Thanks.
Muy bien, muchísimas gracias. Muy bien, un excelente discurso. Ya se ve un poco más de luz por allá. Me dejaron la puerta abierta. Arturo, podemos continuar si eres tan amable. Let's go ahead.
Hi, I'm Shanti and I'm ready. All we know about the future is that it will be different. Peter Drucker. Hi, I'm Shanti, and the topic that I chose is my biggest concern in the future is. What is my biggest concern in the future? Well, that question forms already even in my head. Why? Because it is not only about me or how my future has or should be. It is about my entire environment, the society in which I live. It is not only what I will study or what I will live. It is if I will be able to live it as I have proposed since I was a little girl. Because day by day I realize that having a good quality of life, it is not being fulfilled for me and for others. What do I mean with this? Well, as I have grown, social, environmental, and economic problems have arisen in many ways. For example, bullying, social networks, lack of employment. All that has increasingly acted against us, putting us in difficult situations to face. But what is my biggest concern is how those problems are being minimized, making young people like me discouraged when they think about the future. Now, thinking that the things are about me, I question myself every day what I will become and what will happen to those who need help, to the society that perfects everything by creating perfect images, right? Where we see how standards in each generation are supposed to be accomplished. That's why my proposal is that we should start with ourselves. Which will be myself if I don't contribute a grain of sand? We have to change the way we think and act. See the one next door as a partner and not as a competition. Because I don't want to be your competition. I want to be the best as you want to be the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ashanti. Congratulations over there. All right. Vamos un poquito rápidos, vamos a la mitad del evento. Esperemos que por allá estemos a punto de nada más ver a nuestro participante para que podamos presentar en este caso. Ok, vamos a continuar. Arturo, let's go ahead, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Getsemani Mejia Perez, and guess what? I'm ready.
Good afternoon, jury, directors, teachers, and colleagues. My name is Getsemani Mejia Perez, and I'm second grade online. Do you like Netflix? Well, I like it. And there's a movie on Netflix, it is called Togger. Obviously, it talks about a tall girl. She suffers bullying every day. Then, she steals herself to talk in front of a lot of people, to tell them she was unique. And it doesn't matter all the things people could say about her. Finally, as all Netflix movies, well, we know that kind of movies, right? She had a happy ending. But
The difference between Netflix movies and the real life is that it isn't as easy as Netflix says. It is so much harder. In my own experience, I suffered bullying when I was in primary school because of my height, and it was horrible. It took me years, entire years, to pass the horrible situation. I still remember all the things they told me. Giraffe, building, giant tree, was that phenomenon. That's why I'm here, talking about this big problem, because I don't want any more people suffering the same as me. The only thing I want to wish in this moment is that this problem ends now. Disabled people, heterosexuals, low-income children, people from society, and even bullies have something in common. We are humans, and there is no reason to affect each other, because finally, we're all the same. Bullying is repetitive and intentional conduct in which a student tries to intimidate the victim, emotionally or physically, in an institution or outside of it. Do you know that more than 40 million students suffer from some 28 million ones? A figure that is equivalent to the entire population of Portugal, Belgium, Uruguay, and Chile combined. I mean, Mexico is the first place worldwide in cases of bullying, followed by the USA and then China. The 60% of the bullies will have at least one criminal incident as an adult. Imagine how many criminals are we going to have in the near future? Come on, give me a number. Now, I'm going to refer to authorities, and I want to ask my question. What are we going to do? No matter how many classes are taught, or that punishments are imposed on those who generate bullying, this problem doesn't end. And in order to find a solution, we have to find the root of the problem, which is generated in home, because children reflect everything what they learn at home. So, for the bully, we have to give him therapy, so he knows how to control himself, and don't be bullying with another innocent people. On the other hand, the issue of self-esteem must be implemented for the victim, so he knows how to love himself, and don't let himself be influenced by what other people tell him. Self-esteem helped me a lot when I was a kid, because I only tried to support the horrible comments about my height. But no, that's wrong. Now, I can stand here and I can say, I love as I am, and you will do the same, because love as you are is the most beautiful thing you can do in the world. Love you as you are is the more interesting you can do, because you are interesting and a really awesome person in the world. Okay? Treat us as you want to be treated. Violence is the core resource. Love with you, never at you. Why fight if we can have dialogue? Thanks for your time.
Ok, Getsemani, buenas, congratulations, muchísimas felicidades. Pues primero igual, recordarle a Frank que hiciste un buen trabajo, que la vez que te tuvimos en Lagos de...
As a platform to communicate our opinion or information. And the most important thing for young people of our age is to have fun. So, the social networks create communities of users with common interests on certain topics. Well, we already talked about the advantages. What do you think if we talk about the disadvantages? The cyberbullying is one of the main risks of social networks, and it occurs when an individual or group of individuals attacks another through social networks. The fake news, it's false information that circulates to verify that circulates in social networks. And that makes the information a little false. Well, I'm gonna tell you a short story of a girl who used to study the second grade of middle school. A couple of friends began to stalk and judge her physical appearance using, guess what? Right, social media. Till the point that she was just feeling insecure about herself and she was just comparing with other girls. And that girl was me. Occasionally when we check a post, we as teenagers and scroll down and check the comments, right? But teenagers, when we check a post, occasionally check the comments, and that makes the communication heavier and maybe not true, And the social media is important for you and for me. Thank you very much.
Alright, Sophie, super, very good job. We really appreciate your time. Vamos a despedirla con un fuerte aplauso, ¿cómo no? Arturo, continuamos, si eres tan amable, let's do this.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ariadna Luna-Ortiz, and I'm ready.
Generation C. Well, let's talk about them. First of all, who's Generation C? Generation C is people born between 1994 and 2010. So this means many of us in this room could be from this generation. You know, Gen Z were born in a digital era in a very different way compared to other generations such as Generation X or Generation Y. By this new kind of living, Gen Z has been influenced by our ecosystem and our behavior has been changed. This means that we are not acting the same as our fathers or our grandfathers. This means we're changing everything. And such things that change our ecosystem of living in society, just like technology, social media, or maybe radio, you know, everything starts to evolve our behavior because human behavior is really flexible and really complex, but at the same time, really primitive though. It's a new way of living to Generation Z. And now, sometimes our behavior might not be the best. Our behavior might be hurting someone. The thing is, sometimes we don't care about oneself's behavior. And by not caring ourselves' behavior, we really do not care about the other one's behaviors, and we hurt everyone. Society in all of its forms shows people a way of living that hurts them, physically and mentally. They show them how to live their lives and how it's expected to be, while they continue with their lives, following the rules that were imposed. This means that we're not even trying to change it. New generations are not trying to see what new things we can make with technology, with radio, with TV. Everything could be better if we try to change it. And if we try to change it, maybe it could be better. You know, sometimes I think it's really complicated to go to say a generation, oh, come on, go and change everything. But it's not. It's really easy. You need to be conscious about what you're doing with yourself and with others. You need to know how to, everyone, to be together, to be a family, to be a humankind, to be better with ourselves and with people around us. Everything could change if we just have consciousness about oneself and about others and how we treat our place of living, our community, our parents. Even though everyone should be in their own things, we know how to do new things. And as a generation like me, Generation Z, we can change everything. Everything is possible if you think you can do it, because there's nothing you can do that can be done. And if you are positive and you do try to evolve and try to know and try to change, you can do it. And you that are hearing me, what would you do to change the world? What would you do to make this place a better way of living to every humankind? Thank you.
All right, my friend. Very good job. Un aplauso, por favor, más fuerte. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay, let's continue, Mr. Arthur.
Hello, my name is Paulina and I'm ready.
afternoon. Let me tell you something that happened to me. One day, my math teacher arrived. He wrote a long, difficult problem. Then, he asked for the solution. My classmates and I didn't understand anything. We didn't know how to solve it. So we immediately answered, we don't know, we didn't teach that. Okay, yes, but did we try to solve it at least? No, we didn't. I am sure we have a lot of creativity. Did we use it? No, we didn't. That's what is happening now and will happen in the future. Because when we don't know something, we want the answer without thinking. We just want the answer as soon as possible, like when we order fast food. Let's be honest, we can search in Google, Braille, or just take a photo in Photomat because we grow up without motivation to learn. We turn ourselves off. For that reason, my main concern about the future is this lack of education in some Mexican schools, but also in the world. After many years studying for memory tests, we were learning without love, but neither in caring in what we feel. The desire to have the world in our hands disappeared, and you have never chosen any subject or topic you like to study at school. But when you have the opportunity to decide, we look for a career that doesn't have what we hate. For example, my friend, who entered the university last year, chose a career that doesn't have history because he hates it. People sometimes tell us we should know many things and know how to solve real problems, but nobody says how. It's easy to say, but it's hard to do. I am here for a revolution in education because I want to see people thinking and questioning everything around them. I'm not the only one who is looking up. People criticize the educational system. You may think there is a lot of thoughts about it, but then, what are we doing? It's not a new problem, but it's a different situation. And I won't get tired of saying it because I don't want to see my little brother losing his love of learning. I don't want to see next generations suffering from going to school. But why should I care about education? Well, because with that we will understand, but really understand about environmental, society problems, social media, technology, art, or all the areas we're passionate about. That's the key. However, not everything is knowledge, argumentation, logic. What is the social and emotional learning? Frustration, stress, depression. I may not be the smartest person in the world now. I am talking to you because I don't have a real or logic solution. But with your knowledge, together, sharing ideas, thinking, questioning, and feeling, we can find that solution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paulina. Very nice job. Right here we have an important message. And please, let's continue with our next participant.
Hi, and welcome everybody. My name is Giancarlo Bertrand Mejia, and I'm ready.
Good morning. How are you? I want to start with a question. Do you know which generation you belong to? Maybe you think you are Generation X or maybe Millennials? I don't know. But well, hello everybody. I'm Giancarlo Bertrand Mejia from second grade, and today I will talk about Generation Z. First, I want to start saying that we are all tired to hear the word millennials in publications, articles, questions like how to manage them at work, how do they think about the future, are millennials a good generation? And it's okay to worry about our present, but we must start thinking in our future. Generation Z, those ones who were born between 1997 and 2015. And nowadays they have a big population, and it is a challenge in the professional world because now we have 4 different generations: baby boomers, the Generation X, millennials, Generation Z. But who are exactly Generation Z? Well, all students who came to participate today, they're part of this generation. My classmates, I'm part of Generation Z. All those students from elementary school, high school, they also form part of this generation. Maybe there is someone here with 10 years, 15 years, I don't know, but we all form part of it. So now let's talk about some of the characteristics. And for this, I want you to make your question. How would you describe Generation Z in one word? Well, it's a nice answer. I like it. But in this case, I'm talking about technology. It is essential for this generation because we literally depend on it. Smartphones, computers, tablets, laptops, etc. We also pass lots of hours in social media. We're pragmatic, resilient, creative, adaptable, social and environmentally aware. Technology has been developing too much in the last years, and I'm totally sure that with this generation, it will be even better. Now, let's pass with some interesting data that define this generation. Most of them have their own laptops or computers. They pass their free time online. They receive most of the information from social media. And they also say that their first choice is the smartphone. To finish, I want to express my opinion. As I said in the beginning, our future depends on this generation. And I repeat, we all students here, we form part of it. So we only have to work hard and also to trust in other people. This generation is awesome. Really, it's a nice generation. We only have to think positive because our future is in God's hands. Thanks everybody.
Super, very good job, sir. Congratulations. Muchísimas gracias. Un aplauso, por favor. Arthur, let's continue with our next participant, please.
Hi, I'm Hugo, and I'm ready.
Hi, I'm Hugo, and I'm studying at the high school level. Oh, there you are! Hey, how are you? I was presented with the opportunity to participate in this oratory contest, and I've decided to develop a well-known topic, but very little understood. Gen Z. But first of all, I want to start with a question. Are we really the best generation capable of making a change? Well, if you were born between 1997 and 2010, congrats, then you can consider yourself as the generation. We can also be called post-millennials or century generation. And in my opinion, it is not really useful to know when we were born, but it is to understand the context in which we live. We were born in a time which technological innovation surprises us every day with new discoveries. However, we're a generation that is willing to change this world to make it a better place, because we're aware of what is wrong
and we have clear and efficient solutions to today's problems. That is why I want to mention some characteristics that distinguish our generation. At first, we need training at our own pace. It means that if technology is constantly changing in this world, what do we have to train in a conventional way? A clear example is that many of us continue studying without need to be tied to a physical school, better known as online classes, right? Secondly, we take our passions wherever we go. And this is because we work in areas that allows us the flexibility to conveniently manage our time and income. Therefore, we're a generation that is willing to change the place where we live to achieve our goals. Your goals and my goals. As you notice, I want to study medicine, I want to be a doctor, and I want to study in Germany. That's crazy, right? However, one of the negative aspects to consider is that we're the generation that suffers the most stress. And this is due to excessive work. Since not being physically on a work area and always being connected to a computer, the others believe that you're available 24 hours a day. And that is not true, right? You know what? Sometimes I have the perception that people believe that because we were born and grew up in a digital age, we're robots. But they don't realize that we also like to interact with other people and feel part of the projects that arise around us. We have learned to enjoy and value teamwork, taking advantage of any solution that provides us everything. Are we really the best generation capable of making a change? You know what? I gotta be honest. We may not be the best generation, but we do have the tools to make a difference and be better than the others. The real question is, will we really do it? Thanks for your attention.
Alright, Hugo, muchísimas felicidades, lo hiciste muy bien. Espérame, ahí te va. Vámonos. Continuamos.
Hey everyone, my name is Jimena Paulina Hernández Perez, and well, I'm ready.
Good morning, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. My name is Jimena Perez, and first of all, let me make you a quick question. I'd like to know when was the last time you sent a text? But actually, I think I can answer that by myself. And I bet it was not long ago. Okay, this makes me think of technology and how this has affected the way we communicate. Because there is no doubt that the entire technological field brought with it an irrevocable change to society. I mean, we went from having to visit the person you wanted to talk to being able to simply send a text from the comfort of your homes. This is actually something mind-blowing. And we should be amazed by the fact that nowadays we are able to communicate with people from all over the world with just smart devices. But even though this is something amazing that turns out to be pretty helpful to us, we need to understand something. Technology is being prejudicial to us. It is affecting our communication and, most important, our lives. Technology and internet have become the main reason why our ties with other people may not be as genuine as they used to be in the last years, because of the lack of interaction provoked by smart devices. Because I'm currently wondering how many of you have access to internet, and I'm pretty sure that no one is rid of it. And I'm also pretty sure that every single person in here owns at least one smart device. Whether it's a cell phone, a computer, or I don't know, a smartwatch, it doesn't matter. Thanks to this, we have lost certain ability to enjoy our daily life's little things, only because they go unnoticed by us or seem to be very insignificant with everything we can find on the internet. And as sad as it is, the reality is that the same is happening with the people around us.
Nowadays, it is almost impossible for us to maintain a stable conversation with someone else without being affected or distracted by the technology that surrounds us. It might be that while you are in the middle of a conversation, a message reaches your cell phone, or something important has appeared on social media that takes all of the spotlight. So, is technology really that bad? Well, after like how I already said, please, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that technology is merely something bad, and not everything related to it should be seen from that dark and gloomy perspective, because it is actually something essential in today's world. We are all conscious that times change, and if we don't adapt to these changes, it will be almost impossible for us to adapt to life itself. Also, let me put some things on clear. Technology itself is not bad, and technology itself is not a problem. We were the ones who turned it into a problem. So it now depends on us not let this be continue. If we learn how to set the limit in between the time we spend browsing and the time we spend on real life, everything on the world has the possibility of improvement. So my recommendation for you is to turn off that smartphone, go outside, look at the sky, maybe, I don't know, touch some grass and breathe. And also, please, don't forget to talk to your loved ones. Because those good morning messages and silly funny stickers you send daily, they're fine, yeah, but what about real communication? I hope it's something you can think about. And please remember that our only real job in this life is to learn how to appreciate the world in which we live. So I hope you can not let big technology become a problem, since it was initially thought to be something that is helpful to us. So I think that's it. And remember, we are supposed to be the one that controls technology. So let's not let this be other way around. Thank you very much for your attention. That's it. Thank you.
Muy bien, muy bien. Continuamos, Arturo. Let's do this, please.
Hello, I'm Priscilla and I'm ready.
Hello, my name is Priscilla Mercado Quiroz, and today I will talk about a very important point that we do not consider so much, as it is so common in our daily life that we just ignore its significance. So I will talk about how technology is changing our way of communication. Let's be honest, we all know how communication has been evolving, and if not, you may have a general or close idea. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to just end my speech or just close it up. What I'm trying to do is to make clear that we are actually living in the main point of communication during our history. It results fantastic to consider all those big artifacts from the past and finally getting into this small gadget, which we all have in our pockets. Now, let's visualize ourselves in the 16th century, just being able to send letters or, I don't know, wouldn't that be so boring and stressful? Let's have a more recent past. The telegraph created by Samuel Morse, no, not our lifestyle. Let me think, yeah, maybe the dish telephone, which was the very first telephone of our history. I think that in that age we could survive and more because you could also find the radio, which is also considered as a communication feature. The point here is to think about how technology and communication has an impact on us and how they actually leave a mark on us. Now, I'll ask you something and take it as a reflection of this.
When was the last time that you sent or received some information? Just think about it. For example, in my case, I checked a couple of notifications, I checked my messages, and I browsed the web. In this point, specifically, social media. I think that this is the boom of communication nowadays, and more because of the age that we're living. In this, you can expose your point of view, some agree, some refuse, and guess what? Congratulations! You are able to expose your ideas to the world. After all this, I want you to think about and continue this conversation going internally for ourselves, for yourselves, and think about why do we keep regretting about many things, absurd things, or dumb things? Our present world is just blessed. What we have now is something that we couldn't imagine before. Now, finally, I'll invite you to close your eyes, but truly close your eyes and think about how would it be if we lived in another age? How would it be if we lived in a past age? Maybe things would be harder, different, more difficult, or we wouldn't be in a privileged position. Thank you so much.
Let's continue with our next participant, Arthur. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Owen Soya Limones Vega, and I'm ready.
Hello everybody, how are you doing? Well, I'm really happy and glad to be here with you and you two youths and all the persons who are here. I'm really happy to take your time to come with us, to see us, to be here with us. So, thank you so much. Well, my name is Owen, you already see it. And well, I may start my oratory too. Well, my oratory is about the fear of the future, but let's take our time, point by points. The fear. All the humans, all the persons, we are afraid of something, and this isn't bad. It's normal to be afraid. It keeps us alive. It keeps us alive. For example, when you have to cross the street, you are maybe a little bit afraid because a car is passing really faster and maybe you can be hurt or died already. But when you are ready, you can cross and you feel safe, you feel happy because you are alive, you are sure. You have the control in that moment. You are really, really, really happy to be on the other side. And only that. And well, everybody, we have afraid of something. But this is bad. For example, person of my age, of secondary, the most of the people we are afraid about the coming PEMS exam. In my case already, a lot of reasons already. For example, if I can stay in the school that I want, or maybe my family would be so mad with me if we haven't approved that exam, how I like it, a lot of things like that. But like something like the sugar, it's good. It's something normal, but in high levels it's so dangerous and so bad for your health. The same with the scare, with the afraid. It's normal, but when you have the mind of that, you only have the anxiety of be bad or have a mistake. It's unhealthy for you. You can do it. You can do a lot of things. You can progress. You have to control all the things you have. You don't have to control anything, but you have the control of you. And you can be safe about that. For example, in the future, if we can control the future, it's the time. We can control it. We can't. And doing that is afraid. That is scary because we can't control it. But we can do little things that will change some light of the future. We can close some doors that we don't like to pass. And we can focus in the doors we want to trust and be happy with that results. Well, we not fail in everything. We do a lot of things that are awesome. Every person do things that are awesome already. In the future, Maybe you're a good artist like a kid and you practice and practice, you have the talent and you practice, you work for that. You will have the further, then you may be an artist that you will like, you will be famous, you will be happy with that. Then you don't want to be afraid anymore about that because you have the control of your life, the control of the things you like. And well, everything we like to have to control the things we are like, to be happy, to control of our emotions. And it's difficult for kids, for adults. It doesn't matter if you're a father of the family or you're the little kid of the family. We like to be happy. We like to be controlled, to have the control of our happiness already. And we like to be with the person we would like to be. And do the things we would like to that make us happy. That is the point of everything. The point of your life, I know it. But I know that I want to do the things that make you happy, that make me feel comfortable with myself. I would like that. I would like that. And everything and everybody, I think it will like that thing. So I give you this message to don't be afraid of the future. Be happy. Enjoy the things in the right now, the present. Enjoy the friends, enjoy your family, enjoy this work, enjoy your school, and don't be afraid to only work. If you only be afraid, you never do anything. But if you work in that and you enjoy that, you want to be happy and they have the control of the things you like. So do it. Don't be afraid. Have the things that you like. And I really would like to get out of here with a lot of different thoughts, of a lot of different consequences, a lot of different emotions with my partners and with me. So thank you for your attention. It's all of my part. And have a really good day. See you.
Super. Let's continue, Arthur. Siguiente participante, por favor. Ok, tal vez tenemos un pequeño error por allá. ¿Me ayudas por favor, Arthur? Could you please help us there?
Hi, I'm Itzel and I'm ready. Bye.
Hello, good afternoon. As you all can see, my name is Itzel Perez Moreno, and I want to start by asking you a question. How many of you can say that they have spent every moment of their life in a productive way? I think that the real question is who in this life has spent every moment of their life in a productive way, right? The problem is that we waste time as if we can be sure that we still have it. That's not really true. Who can assure us that we're going to be alive tomorrow? Who can assure us that we have still 10 years to do what we want to do? Nobody, right? I once heard in a movie that I have seen, I think all of you have seen, it's really famous. It's called Endgame. I heard a quote that really got me. It said, "Not even a fortune can buy a second of time." Time is the only thing in this world that we cannot get back. Time is the only thing in this world that we cannot pay with real money. So why do we waste it? I mean, I think all of us are conscious that we cannot get back in time. But do we really know it? Do we really analyze it? Or why do we waste it as if it's nothing? So if you ask me, what is my major concern in the future? Is that tomorrow when I'm an old person, I will regret spending time on something that made me feel like I just wasted. I don't want to be that person that asks herself when she's an old person, why didn't I do it? Why did I waste time? So, now I ask you again, are you really wasting the most valuable thing you have in this world? Thank you.
Hola, ¿qué tal? En este momento vente, acompáñame conmigo, de este lado. Por una situación previamente, pues no nos pudo acompañar a hacer esta videosesión, pero aquí les pido un fuerte aplauso para Elizabeth, que nos acompaña de secundaria, y que la recibimos con un fuerte aplauso.
Oh, for the love of God. What is my biggest concern for the future? A question that is usually accompanied by, what do I want for my future? What will become of my life? Well, at my age, it's kind of difficult to say it, because if you say you have worries or you suffer from anxiety, your parents or any other adult will tell you, what do you know about stress? You're 15-year-old, you have not even lived. And well, of course, if you share it to your friends, for them it's like, oh, again? I'm not your psychologist. If you have so many problems, please go to a professional. You're broken. And well, so sharing it, asking for help, or knowing what am I worried about is already a whole problem. I'm going to tell you something. I care too much about the opinions of others. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. This is the talk of a 15-year-old girl who has depression and anxiety, diagnosticated, because this is not a joke. I have depression and anxiety. And well, what is my biggest worry? What am I worried about? I could be sitting here and tell you what am I worried about. The hundreds and the millions of things that I might worried about. My issues, my problems. But I'm not doing that. I'm going to make the things different. My generation is living in a stage of history in which human beings have more more freedom of expression than ever before. You can be able to open up so easily and talk about whatever you want by different social medias like social networks, conferences, writings, books, or even daily life conversations. So I'm going to talk with you, but in a different way. I'm going to tell you my solution for my issues. Because yes, this is the face of the pain also. You can look at me and tell me, but you're happy. You don't have to worry about anything. But I'm not really happy. Before I get to stage, I was very anxious, but I'm here because I want to make a change. I'm going to tell you an advice. Not the typical advice of everyone that says, oh, try harder, please, you can. Don't cry, little girl. That's terrible. That's not a learning, that's not a teaching, not for me. It hasn't been, it is not, and will never be. You understand me? So, let me tell you something. Nobody wants to die. Not really. We want what the dead means. What does the dead means? Rest, calm. This is difficult, kind of difficult. And nobody has avoided the death, never. But we can make a better life. We can live the life that we want to live. We have to. Are you happy doing the things that you are doing? Are you happy with that life? I'm going to tell you something. Oh my God. Yeah. Do what you love. Don't make no one and nobody to tell you what you're doing it's gross or it's disgusting. I'm going to tell you, I want to be a musician. My biggest dream in my life is to become a musician. I like to sing, I like to play, but there's the obviously and the super disgusted thing of the you're going to die of hungry, that's not a job, it's only a hobby. But I want to live that life, so I'm going to do it. I'm really not good with doing what other people want to be of me. I'm going to be happy. I think I'm going to be fine. The depression and the anxiety is not forever. But I have to do the things that I love, live the life that I want. And for love is the same thing. Love hurts more than it makes you smile. But it's good, and you have to learn. Like in everything, you have to learn and go out and find yourself always. So, thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias. Ya nos vamos acercando a la recta final de nuestra oratoria. Arturo, continuamos, por favor.
Hi, I'm Jime, and I am ready. Hello everyone, my name is Jimena Lopez Moreno, and today I'm gonna talk about a topic that I know that everyone here think at some point of your life, and sometimes more than we should. That is the future. The future is, okay, I'm gonna ask you something. What are you doing what you dream of? Or everything changed? Do you have a family? Do you have that dream job? Do you have a house? I want that you think about it. The other thing is that it's horrible that every person that was in front of you talked with you and told you that the future or you're gonna need to fall to success. But this is true. Yes, maybe, but the best part of this is when you fall, the only thing that you can do is getting up. It's the only thing that you can do. My greatest fear in this moment is my near future, because I'm 17 years old, and actually I'm going to join to the university, as many here, and I know this is terrifying. I always, every day, every second of every day, I listen my partners or my classmates talk about their future, their dreams, their university, and I just listen on their voice that they are worried and they don't take care of their present. So now I want to ask you, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a doctor, a lawyer too? Do you want to be an actress? Remember, you can be whatever you want. For example, I want to be a lawyer. And I'm afraid the idea that I'm gonna have the future and the lives of a lot of families on my hands is really scary. But the only thing that I can do is give myself a piece of advice. The first one is try it. I don't have nothing to lose. The second one is say what you feel and feel what you do. And in this moment, because I know that my effort are opening doors that I still not can see. And finally, I just want to give you an advice. Love yourself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Arturo. Continuamos con la siguiente participante.
Welcome everybody. I am Andrea Payabal Martinez. I am ready. Thanks to you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I hope that
of Idine. I'm going to start. Flintstones and supersonics look like a totally different world, right? But let me tell you something. The difference is that they have a different approach of their technology. Supersonics decide to give a better use. Why? Because they say, we have these resources. We need to use them. We need to do different things in order to be better. And, we need to be like them. We need to start thinking what legacy we want to get in this world. What things we want for us and for the people that we love. So we're in good times to start thinking that. And yes, sometimes it could be something complicated, but let me tell you something. I have a friend. This friend is now in the hospital. She has a delicate situation, but talking with her, she told me that she feels good. Why? Because she's with people that know how it feels. And there is the point. Yes, artificial technology is something very nice, right? But robots and those equipments don't know how we feel. We do the programations in order that they can obey orders. But no, they don't have thinking by themselves. They also do not have emotions. And we have all that things and more. So we need to start using them. We need to start changing the acts that we are taking. And to ending, I want to give you this reflection. Nowadays, what are you doing to contribute to a different world? What are you doing to be better as a humanity? And thanks for the attention.
Thank you, Naila. Congratulations. Arturo, continuamos con el siguiente, por favor.
Hello, I'm Sofia and I'm ready.
Hello, my name is Sofia Jimenez. And today I have a question for all of you. What's exactly harassment? At what point we can call it harassment? Perhaps everything starts with a hello, with a follow, with a reaction at your story, with a constant staring at you, or maybe by a little leg touching. Women have to handle a-holes who perceive us as sexual objects, which on purpose, yes, is the fuck. But it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, women are always overacting, and the aggressor is forgiven by the society, right? But no, how can this be possible? We are not the weak gender anymore. We want the future generations to be strong, to be brave, to be powerful, to be free, and not to be afraid of living over their houses. This is not an invitation. This is not an invitation. This is our time. This is women time. Thank you.
Excellent. Continuamos con el siguiente, Arthur, por favor.
Hello everyone, my name is Jorge and I'm ready.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Listo?
¿Ya inició? Have you ever wondered if the games are good for education? Good afternoon, my name is Jorge Lick and I'm going to tell you about the games. Exactly the use of games in education. Although it's traditionally thought that the games have negative and harmful effects on children and adolescents, there are several benefits, among them the development and acquisition of skills. According to the Understood Association, some of the benefits are learning skills. Studies suggest that learning skills of the children that play video games may improve cycling. This is because children need to decipher right instructions in order to play. Visual spatial skills. Many games take place in 3D, scenarios that children have to navigate. There is no GPS or app to guide them, and the children can practice their visual spatial skills and can understand the space and distance. Social connections. The video games can also be a event in order to connect with a person in a positive way. The video games are also a topic of conversation in the schools, such as music and sports. Careers in video games. The 16-year-old Buga, winner of the first Fortnite World Cup, won between $3 million, and the other 99 finalists won between $800,000 and $1.5 million. So, why use video games in education? Many companies, institutes, and organizations are starting to use these tools with great success and are making proposals to make learning fun. One of the technologies that has great success is the virtual reality. Finally, the characteristics of a good learning experience must be meaningful. The narrative must be so excellent to motivate to create, explore, try, and learn. Immersive. The experience must be so satisfying that, even if it's so simple, like Minecraft, you don't want to get out of it. Easy to use. The purpose is to learn, not to learn how to use any computer. Adaptable. It should allow you know how much you have learned. Measurable. It should allow you teacher know how much you have learned. And now I ask you, do you think the video games are good for education? My name was Jorge Lick, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Let's continue with the next participant, Arthur.
Hi, I am Diego. I am ready.
Hi, good afternoon. As you can see, my name is Diego Miranda Sanchez, and today I'm gonna give you a little point of view, of what is the most assured of the future. Well, I want to start by defining what is the future. Well, the future is a possibility to be or not by be. Well, I want to give you a personal experience. I spent 5 years studying the high school. This is my last semester. And all this time I spent answering and questioning sentences that I have been passed in a short time of time. Well, this made me think the next question. Are we gonna be there from this? This question is a lot of possibilities. You are asking, what a boy that spent 5 years wanna be a lawyer, a doctor, or also a teacher. What the future pass to here? Well, the answer is nothing. We all form our future with our decisions, with our choices. And now I wanna give you a little opinion of what I would wanna do if I don't reach my goal. I don't know. It's difficult to be sure what I want, what we wanna do. We don't know if in 10 minutes some plane will wanna fall in this place, or we wanna die. We don't know that, but I'm sure of something. We wanna be better from this person, and we wanna be better from the Diego that passed in 5 years, and I'm sure that I will bear from the Diego who will be tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Diego. Congratulations. Arthur, who continues next?
Hello
Moisés Naim Ibarra Hernandez, and I'm ready.
Hello everyone, my name is Moisés Naim Ibarra Hernandez, and I would like to tell you about William Kamkwamba. William Kamkwamba is a teenager who, when he was the same age of many of us here, he identified an important problem in his family that directly affected to his community, a village called Malawi in the southeast of Africa. William and his family are dedicated to agriculture. However, they don't have enough resources to sow and harvest. Malawi is a community that doesn't have the opportunities that each of us currently have, such as food, housing, transportation, and education. The big tobacco companies have bought a large part of land, generating the process of deforestation, which causes floods, droughts, and consequently no food for the population. With this problem, William came across a book, How to Use the Energy. He studied, he investigated, and using his knowledge in electronics and he repaired radios to help his family, he created a windmill based on wind energy. The goal is to roll the wall pump in his house, and that will be able to plant crops. However, William doesn't have the tools and materials to build this kind of project. But this wasn't a limitation for his creativity and imagination. He used pipe materials, her father's bicycle, and a dynamo, and he created the windmill, giving her community a real solution to reach water for the village. The Boy Who Tamed the Wind is the name of the movie based on the real story of William. With this story, we can observe several important and determining factors. How do large companies pollute and affect, and which are the secondary effects that this type of pollution generates. In different parts of the world, we can observe problems related with environmental pollution. We can talk about pollution as the result of the introduction of substances and elements in certain environment with a negative effect for living. The solutions we can mention to counteract climate change have already existed and have been implemented in various places, such as developments of economic programs with an analysis perspective and an impact in environment. Awareness of the population to prevent global temperatures from the rise and promotion of the alternative energies. An example is the wind energy, as I say in the beginning in William's story. But it exists another type of alternative energies, such as the solar energy, the hydraulic energy, and the geothermal energy. These are only the main alternative energies that are in the currently markets. So, I can conclude that pollution is a crisis, and we don't have time to lose. And as new generations, we have to take action and face this problem. We are aware of create, of inventing, of innovate, with the purpose of not damaging and not polluting. Thank you.
Wow! Congrats, Moy. Very nice job. Arthur.
Hi, I'm Vivian and I'm ready.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Vivian, so today I was asked to come and talk about a certain topic. To be honest, I was originally planning to talk about social media, Generation Z or something. But then I thought, no, I want this to be significant. I want to take this opportunity to leave a real message on my audience, a little reflection on all of you. So I brought my essay. I hope you like it. So according to the previously stated, I've come to the conclusion that now this is boring, we don't need it. Have you looked outside? It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Oh, by the way, I didn't ask, how was your trip coming out here? Was there traffic? I hope not. Oh my God, I love your dress. Is it Gucci? I know, it's gotta be. Well, guess what? The same car, bus, or motorcycle that brought you here, the same clothes you're wearing, your so comfortable and expensive ways of living, they're not free. And I'm not talking about the economic cost, but about the consequences, the impact it leaves behind once you get rid of it. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm here to talk about several topics. Among them, there is one that I'm pretty sure you've heard of 1,000 times before. So much that I bet it doesn't even bother you anymore. Climate change. That's, in fact, the main sentence for this speech. My greatest worry for the future is my planet. You see, with our current lifestyles, the way we're living nowadays, we're literally annihilating our planet. And the truth is that no government from any country in the world has been able to make a truly significant contribution so far. And the worst part is that with every year we waste, the consequences are only going to get worse, much more dramatic. I wouldn't want to be the villain of this story, I really wouldn't. I don't want to make things seem worse, but sadly, climate change isn't the only threat against humanity, and even our planet itself. I think we all have heard of what's going on in Ukraine, right? Perhaps some of you may have forgotten. All right, Russia and Ukraine, that's old news. Please come with something new. Well, guess what? It's still happening. People are hiding in their homes, praying that they won't be discovered by a Russian soldier or busted in the face with a bomb. I don't think that this can be possible in the middle of the 21st century, but, well, our leaders, and not just from Mexico, I mean from the whole world, them and the decisions they make is what truly worries me. What's going to happen, I wonder, with hostile leaders who insist on building walls instead of bridges? With leaders heavily armed who can easily order an attack to any place in the world and kill thousands and even millions of thousands of people. That said, I think I should reestablish the main sentence for this speech. My greatest worry for the future is my planet and humanity. I'll get to the point. My worst fear is to live in a world where neither me nor my children can breathe. A world where going out for a walk and admiring the streets and the passers-by is nothing more than just a dream or an old memory. A world of fear, hunger, disease, and even unemployment, considering the fact that we're already many people around here, not to mention we're starting to be replaced by robots. Now, the worst part is that, well, things are not going to get better if we don't do something now. Our time is running out. I'm not trying to be pessimist or fatalist, but when I was born, well, this world was already pretty messed up. So I suppose that as for now, we have no other choice but to fix what our parents and grandparents made. But don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that we should start fighting or blaming each other forever. On the contrary, we should start helping each other. Henry Ford once said, if everybody starts moving forward together, then success comes on its own. What are we waiting for, I wonder? What are we waiting for? Why do we keep behaving like animals in the middle of 21st century? Why are social problems such as racism or discrimination still a thing? Why can't we just recognize that we're all human beings, for God's sake? I think that at this point in time, we should realize and acknowledge such a basic and obvious concept, don't you think? It's time to stop kidding ourselves. It's time to take control of our lives and fates by choosing our leaders wisely, trusting and respecting science, buying no more than you need, really, there's no need,
and by making smart choices while doing so, that benefits our planet, my children, and your children. Thank you.
All right, Vivian, thank you very much. Please, Arthur, let's continue.
Hello everyone, I am Alison Martinez and I am ready.
Hello everyone, my name is Alison Hernandez Martinez and my biggest concern for the future is gender equality. And that's why I want to talk about one of the movements that has fought for many years to achieve equality between men and women. Are you feminist? It's one of the questions they ask me when they make a misogynistic joke and it does make me laugh. I remember an occasion when one of my uncles asked me the question. And I answered that I wasn't sure, but I was very supportive of the movement. After I answered to him, he started asking me things like, do you shave? Do you like men? Then I can hit you, right? Because you know, gender equality. I am Alison Hernandez Martinez, and I want to share with you how feminism without filters is for me. The more I talk about feminism, the more I realize that fighting for women's rights is for many synonymous with hating men. And if I am sure of one thing, is that it has to end. Feminism, by definition, is the belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. It's a political and social theory of gender equality. This didn't uncomplicated it to me, but my recent research has shown that feminism has become an unpopular word. The women have to decide not identify as a feminist because apparently in the eyes of others, these expressions make them look aggressive, anti-man, and even unattractive. Apparently, I am among the rank of those women whose expressions makes them look aggressive, anti-man, and even unattractive. I hope this inequity finish soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Alison. Thank you very much. Aquí, espérame. Y finalmente, ¿cómo están? Alright, very good, I like that. Están muy felices. Ya vamos a terminar. Finalmente vamos a darle la bienvenida a alguien que previamente pues se nos puso un poquito nerviosita, pero lo va a volver a intentar y por favor le solicito un muy fuerte aplauso para Marlene.
¿Se queda conmigo? Sí. Hi everyone, I'm Marlene and I'm going to talk about bullying again. An 8-year-old boy was hospitalized after crashing through a glass window while trying to escape from his classmates who want to attack him. This is a story of one of the 30% of children and students who are assaulted daily. Now, I suffered bullying in an elementary school, and it's not a joke. This suffering is something that I not recommend for anybody. And thank you.
Un aplauso por favor para Marlene de Bachillerato, muchísimas gracias. Muy bien, ¿me acompañas de este lado por favor? Vamos a continuar con nuestra parte final de la premiación, en la cual vamos a invitar a todos los chicos. Maestra Laura, Teacher Laura, could you please help me with all guys? Nobody else is missing right now, yeah? All right, so let's call them all together. All right. Sorry? Junior high. Super. Junior high. One. Come here. Ready, Rizzo? All right. Please go over there. Un aplauso, por favor, para todos nuestros chicos de secundaria que nos están acompañando el día de hoy. Recordemos que esta oratoria es con nuestros chicos de IBIME Secundaria Montes y recientemente pues un orgullo para Evime, plantel de Coacalco. Y en este momento damos la bienvenida a nuestra directora general y amiga, la doctora Norma Angélica Romero Ramón, a quien les pedimos un fuerte aplauso, por favor.
Sí están ahí, ¿verdad? Y la energía, gritos, por favor, aplausos para sus niños. ¡Ánimo, ánimo, ánimo, ánimo! Definitivamente, no sé ustedes, pero yo me siento como si fuera la mamá de todos. Porque a muchos de ellos los vi chiquititos, sobre todo ahí en Lagos. ¿Cuántos vienen de Lagos? Porque veo las caras y definitivamente me siento súper, súper orgullosa. Y si era necesario que hiciéramos esto, y les voy a decir la mecánica como es. Ahorita vamos a tener los 3 primeros lugares de secundaria. Primero, segundo y tercero. Y después se quedan aquí mis 3 niños. Y después subirnos de bachillerato. Tenemos primero, segundo y tercer lugar. Se quedan aquí los 6 chicos y de esos 6 sacamos el mejor discurso. Todos fueron buenos. Todos fueron buenos. ¿Quién me da un resumen? Todos fueron buenos, gracias. ¿Ustedes hicieron los speech? Sí, ustedes. Ay. Además de que hablan súper bonito el inglés, tienen muy bonitas reflexiones. Muchas felicidades, de verdad que es un orgullo. Y todo ese esfuerzo, de verdad que debe de valer mucho la pena. A lo mejor el premio es lo de menos, el concurso es lo de menos, quien gana es lo de menos. Lo importante es ese espíritu de pararse aquí, de ponerse a trabajar, de practicar, de ensayar. Así que ellos se merecen un fuertísimo aplauso. De verdad me pongo de pie, muchas gracias. No me puedo imaginar, dentro de todas las mejores escuelas de México, estos niños se paran con toda la frente en alto, porque son muy buenos. Muchas felicidades, mis niños, y la premiación es lo de menos. Desgraciadamente, pues siempre tenemos este tipo de competencias, y no quiero que nadie salga lastimado, porque la vida allá afuera es así. Toda la vida competimos, toda la vida se compite. Lo que deben de aprender hoy y debe de quedar en su mente es: yo soy un triunfador, porque en IBIME hay más de 800 niños de secundaria, y de entre 800 niños de secundaria, ustedes 15 están aquí. Así que son triunfadores todos. Todos son triunfadores. Gracias. Y bueno, la mecánica es: tercer lugar, 1,000 pesos, segundo lugar, 2,000 pesos, primer lugar, 3,000 pesos. De los 6 niños que están aquí, el primer lugar entre bachillerato y secundaria, otros 2,000 pesos, o sea, 5,000 pesos. ¿Sí? ¿Les parece? Vámonos pues. Yo quisiera, niños, que pasaran los lugares y que pudiéramos mencionar al tercer lugar.
A quien le vamos a pedir un fuerte aplauso. ¿Nos puedes honrar, maestra Angélica?
Tercer lugar, Giancarlo. Un aplauso para Giancarlo. Es certificado. Adelante. Muy bien, felicidades, Giancarlo. Segundo lugar, Diana Amelie. Ahorita te damos tu certificado, mi niña, y pues le puedes dar su sobre. Primer lugar, Getsemaní.
Un aplauso, Getsemaní, muchas felicidades.
Ahorita te damos tu certificado, mi amor, muchas felicidades. Y a todos y a cada uno de ustedes, felicidades, lo hicieron excelente. Un fuerte aplauso para ellos. Fuerte el aplauso.
Vamos a despedirlos con un muy fuerte aplauso a nuestras secundarias de IBIME Coacalco e IBIME Monte.
Los 3 que ganaron se quedan aquí, por favor. ¿Sí? Pueden, los 3 que ganaron, los 3 primeros lugares se quedan.
Nuestros 3 lugares, de este lado, por favor, porque ahorita les van a hacer un trabalenguas. No es cierto. De este lado, ¿listo? Vámonos de este lado, por favor. Teacher Laura, could you please help us with the next one?
Los certificados. Miren que los niños de secundaria se pongan... Usted distinguió entre el nivel de secundaria y prepa, ¿no? Cuando estos niños de secundaria están en la preparatoria, por ahí una mamá decía, pero ¿por qué están compitiendo? La verdad, muy reñido, muy parejo. Así que yo quisiera que también recibiéramos con un fuerte aplauso a mis chicos guapos de preparatoria, niños, niñas. Muchas felicidades. Gracias por su esfuerzo, gracias por participar, gracias por sentarse a hacer su speech, por practicarlo y tener, de verdad, honrarnos con escucharlos. Y para todos ellos, ¿cómo se oye el aplauso? ¡Fuerte! Yo no fui el jurado, por si alguien dice, yo no estoy de acuerdo. Yo no fui el jurado, fue por puntaje, pero sí estuvo muy complicado. Y vámonos, tercer lugar. Gracias a todos. ¿Cuántos son en la preparatoria? Y yo sé que el nivel de inglés brilla aquí porque ustedes tienen no nada más talento, ganas de aprender. Y así quiero que conquisten todo en su camino, porque en la vida siempre van a tener que tener retos y enfrentarse contra otra persona. Y no importa si no ganas, lo importante es competir. Lo importante es pararte, y pararte aquí no es fácil. Gracias por su esfuerzo, porque en bachillerato yo me siento súper orgullosa de todo lo que hemos logrado en tan poquito tiempo, el perfil de egreso que estamos teniendo, y de verdad que yo ahí sentada puedo imaginarlos en grandes empresas, en otros países, triunfar. Ojalá que ese sueño se logre, porque ustedes son niños que ya tienen muchas habilidades y el inglés es el idioma en el que se comunican en todo el mundo. Así que tienen mucho terreno ganado en esta vida. Un fuerte aplauso para ellos una vez más. Fuerte el aplauso. Y tercer lugar, felicidades a... Me lo diste así. Paulina.
Adelante, Pau, adelante, sin miedo, eso.
Ahorita les doy su certificado que los están llenando. Muchas felicidades. Segundo lugar, Hugo Israel.
Bravo, Hugo, muy bien.
Felicidades. Primer lugar, Itzel. Felicidades, mi amor. Muchas felicidades.
Muchas felicidades.
Y a todos ellos, como nos despedimos con un fuertísimo aplauso.
A todos ellos, por favor.
Se quedan aquí los tres primeros lugares.
Okay, in this case, Itzel, Hugo, and Pau, just stay here. Chicos, muchísimas felicidades a todos ustedes, los quiero. I love you guys, I love you guys.
¿Y usted qué opina? ¿Cómo ve? Entre estos 6 discursos, entre estos 6 niveles de inglés, entre estos 6 chicos, el primer lugar es por puntaje y es lo que nosotros vimos. El puntaje más alto es el primer lugar. Y entre todos mis niños, primer lugar, Getsemaní. Secundaria, fuerte el aplauso, muy fuerte el aplauso. Perdón, felicidades. Felicidades, muchísimas felicidades. Y así vamos a finalizar nuestro concurso. Gracias a ustedes, gracias papás, por la constancia, por el esfuerzo, por todo lo que han pasado para darle educación a sus hijos. Y creo que aquí se ve cristalizado el esfuerzo. Muchísimas gracias a todos ustedes. Que Dios les bendiga y que tengan un hermoso fin de semana. Gracias, gracias a todos ustedes.
Muchas felicidades, chicos.
So high up we never came down. Never had a chance to take it slow. You hit me like a tornado, and I never knew the way I'm looking for the real.